Hello, 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 everyone. Oh my gosh, the Love Witch and I were just laughing because in in the Live Magic Q&A tea party, which we just left, and we left a little late because I had a dip in my internet, so my internet went out for some reason. Then it came back like 10 minutes later. So anyway, everything was running a little late. But we do a giveaway every Sunday at the Live Magic Q&A tea party, and we gave away a book to someone who was ostensibly there but then never responded when we were talking. So then we weren't sure if they were really there, if they were away from keyboard, what was going on. Maybe they went to the bathroom, who knows, right? I'm not going to, no judging, right?
Right?
But what?
They could have been driving while listening to the Q&A or something.
That's true, right? That's true. That's true. So there could be a lot of reason, but you have to be there to win. So they looked like they were there, but then they weren't answering. So I said, well, let's do, and we did, and this book that we were giving away is about cat magic. And we weren't sure if the person had a cat or wanted a book about cat magic. Not everybody has a pet, and then the book is of no use. So because we couldn't get a hold of her, I said, let's give away another copy of the book. I'll just donate that copy. And so it was really fun. We spun it 3 times before we found somebody that actually stuck around through all my commercials and stuck around. But I was saying to the Love Witch, I go, oh my gosh, that woke me up. I love giving away things. And I really feel like I missed my calling in life to be a game show host. I would love to be a game show host. and the Love Witch says there's still time, right? Could we do a game show on YouTube?
Yes.
Come on.
Absolutely.
Let's make our own game show. That's my punk rock attitude. Do it yourself. I'm not going to worry about Hollywood. I'm going to make my own game show. I could do that, right?
You could totally do that.
Anyway, we are not here for a game show. This is not a game show, but it's the next best thing. It's tarot readings, and we're doing tarot readings to raise money to feed seniors in Ukraine. Our partners, Subotin Harbor, feed over 300 seniors every month. And they purchase groceries. About $40 worth of groceries is about 2 weeks worth of groceries for a senior that's in need. These seniors are experiencing bombing, horrific terror, really being rained down on the civilian population of Ukraine by Russian military. And so because of that, this is a very scary time. It has been for the last 3 years. Very, very scary time. And our seniors, there are many of whom are disabled or have limited mobility, have a hard time getting around. So sometimes they can't even go out to get. So we are partnering with Subotin Harbor and doing this fundraiser every week. Now, we will not be here next week because I will be at an event, but we will be back in 2 weeks. So if you are a regular here, just know that next week we won't be here, and then we'll be back the following week. What we do is we do tarot readings for $10 per card. I do the tarot part. That's my job. I do the tarot part, $10 per card. You can get a 1-card reading for $10, 2-card reading for $20, 3-card reading for $30. And how you do it is you either make your donation on Super Chat, which is down below, very easy to do. You can just go in there and make your donation that way. Or you can go to Venmo or PayPal and make a donation there. And then even though Super Chat, Venmo, and PayPal will deduct, a fee for that processing, I will put that money back in. So 100% of your donation is going to go feed these seniors in Ukraine who are suffering in this full-scale invasion. Once you make your donation, come on over to the chat. Let us know where you donated, how much you donated, and what your question is. And then I will do a tarot reading. And the deck I'm using today, I said, I want to pull out a new deck. I've been kind of using the same decks over and over. And I said, what's a deck that I haven't used in a long time? And in fact, I just dusted this one off because it had a bunch of dust on the top. But it is the gorgeous Tarot Muka deck, which is the Alphonse Muka is the artist who did this style of art. And it's a really beautiful, like Art Nouveau deck. I love it. It's really, really gorgeous. You can see the images, a little shiny, but you can see the images are really beautiful and lush and very nature-centric. Just really beautiful. So that's the deck I'm going to be using today, just to sort of dust one off and bring it out. I really do need to go through my decks and cull the herd because there's some I don't use at all. Those need to find a good home. But this is one I have used in the past. Really, really beautiful deck. Beautiful art on the box as well. And this is oops. Uh-oh. Did my back? I've been having internet problems, Mercury retrograde going out with a bang. So if I drop out, Love Witch will take over and I'll be back soon. So anyway, beautiful deck. It's by Los Scarabeo. It's available from Llewellyn. Llewellyn is their distributor. So I think this one is still in print. I got it many years ago, but I think it's still in print. So there you go. Taro Muka. I might be saying his name wrong, by the way. It's Muka. It's not Mucha. I think it's Muka. But it might be something different. If it is, correct me, people. Spell it out phonetically so I say it the right way. All right. So what are you going to be doing today, Love Witch? What kind of reading are you going to This is the freebie that you get when you get your reading, which is what Love Witch is doing.
I am limited because there's a cat in my lap who is sleeping soundly. So I'm going to use the Posis Oracle because it's the only one on my deck or on my desk.
Wonderful. So what does that look like? Do you have
use all the time. It's this nice.
Oh, yes. I remember this one. Beautiful. Yeah, all right. I know the cats are the most important. Although I was getting mad at one of my kittens today because I was typing. I'm trying to write a book proposal and do all the things, and I'm writing, and then across the keyboard, and I'm like, don't get on my keyboard. Crawl anywhere else, but not on my keyboard. He looked a little bit like this when he was doing it.
Oh my gosh.
Sitting there. So anyway, he's like, no, I want to have my way. I want to walk. I think keyboards must be fun to walk on because they like kind of give a little bit,
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah. All right. So we've got a few people in line. If you'd like, you can just hang out and watch, or you can just watch if you want. We appreciate all the viewers who are hanging out. But if you'd like to get a reading, make sure you go into PayPal or Super Chat or Venmo, make your donation, then get into the chat and let us know where you donated, how much you donated, and what your question is. You'll be fourth in line because we already have 3. Ask 24 is first, and then Jessica, and then Lions Talk. Lions Talk, that's perfect. We just went through the Lions Gate, or we're at the end of the Lions Gate right now. So Lions Talk is a great, great name for this time of year. All right, so let's get to it. So Ask 24 said donated 30 via Venmo. Thank you so much, Ask 12. Seems my XL, not XL, seems to have moved on rather quickly to a new love interest. Did she perform any spell work to draw him in or break up our relationship? The new love interest. We're going to ask about the new love interest. Okay. What the heck is going on? Let's see. All right. What are the new love's interests, intentions? Okay, so here's what I'm seeing. When we ask a question, you are asking a yes/no question. We're also looking at more than just the yes/no part of it. But the question is, did she? That's a yes/no question. When we have a yes/no question, if an ace shows up to me, that's a yes. And the first card that showed up was the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is also the ace of the element of fire, which is passion, desire, and all of that. Now, when I look at, we want to know more details, right? So when I look at this, it looks like she did spell work, not on you, because we have 2 cards that show up. Number 1, Knight of Pentacles. Number 2, the Strength card. So the Strength card is a card of control. Like when we have this lady, she's controlling the lion. She's not doing it even with malicious intent, right? She either did not, maybe perhaps she didn't know about you, or maybe she did. I mean, if you know her and you know that she knows about you, then she did know about you, but she didn't do any spell work on you. She did spell work on him to control him. And interestingly, that Knight of Pentacles is the card where she wants to control him. And she also kind of is looking at his wallet, I would say. Now, with an ace of wands, there's definitely like a sexual energy going on. She may have done a spell to like glamour herself or to make him come, closer, or some magnetism in that way. But there's definitely a sense that her claws in him. She wants to control him, but not in a malicious way. So this isn't someone out to destroy someone, and even perhaps didn't even do any breakup work on you, because I'm not seeing things like breakup. I would see something different for breakup than this. So it's more like I did a spell on him to get him to come to me. So, what would be great if you want to do a counter spell, because a spell isn't on you, but you want to counter that spell. I would first do a spell to get him to open his eyes, the glamour that he's seeing, the illusion seeing with her, and this magnetism, to actually see the truth and to see the reality of this. So we have a candle that's the ex voto eye candle, and you can dress that with energetic purification oil or uncrossing oil, even better, uncrossing oil, to take the spell off of his vision so that he sees the reality of the situation. And that's a kind thing to do when someone's got a glamour on them where they're not really in control. It's to break that spell just so that they can see. Now, if he chooses to be with her, he chooses to be with her at that point, and it's not a magical thing that she's doing. But you can at least do that. I think it's a kindness to do that. So ex photo eye candle with uncrossing oil so that he sees the truth of this situation. You might even use truth and justice oil too, so he sees the truth. Those two oils. You can bring in some blue candles for that justice. You could also bring in some open roads oil and an orange candle if you want to like open things up, like, have him wake up from this. But I think that would be a good spell to do if you want to do a spell. If you don't want to do a spell, so be it. But yes. So the answer is absolutely a yes. The spell was to control him, and and she's seeing him as some kind of a meal ticket in some way. So that's what we're seeing here. Maybe that makes sense to you. If she doesn't know you, I mean, you don't have to worry about your safety or her casting a spell on you or even her doing a breakup on you. It's just this drawing. So your ex, did you guys just, kind of say it's over and drifted away? If we were doing a reading in person, I'd ask you some more questions about this, but we definitely see this as going on. So yeah, you can do that. I think that would be a great way to be very kind and help him to see the reality of the situation. So what do you have, Love Witch?
I have freedom, this beautiful woman riding this bird. So I get two messages from this. One, yes, I think it's a smart and kind thing to do some work to free him from her influence. I think you should absolutely do that. But I think you should also be a little grateful that her work took or drew him away from you, if it did, because you have freedom now. And so when I saw this freedom, my mind went straight to you and your new single life instead of thinking about him. So I would say, yeah, do that work to help release him from any influence that's not helpful to him, and then do some work to bring in some exciting new love into your life, because out with the old and within you. But yeah, your freedom.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard when we are in a relationship and that relationship ends, even if the relationship had its issues or stuff. It can be very natural to feel, and especially if we see that person off with someone else right away, it can feel there can be a feeling of competitiveness or feeling that something was stolen from you. But I think it also kind of shows I think when you do the spell to help him see this, you'll see more of who he is. Maybe it's also good for you to do an eye spell for yourself so that you can see the reality of your relationship with him and maybe see it with new eyes as well. But yeah, there's something here. It just can be painful. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, Ask 24, but yeah, it can be very, very painful. So, yes, I mean, it's always that balance between, yes, I've got my freedom, but we're also watching that other person and seeing their stupid kissy pictures on social media and all those things, that really can hurt. I mean, there's no, even most relationships when they end, there can be a sting when it ends. But like Love Witch says, there's plenty out there. And if you ask your deities and ask your spirits to bring you the highest and the best, it's possible that it's L, but it could be somebody else entirely. And maybe this is also an opportunity for you to have that highest and the best and better than that relationship with that person. So, yeah. I'm a Cancer. Can you tell? One of us is a Scorpio, one of us is a Cancer. Guess
Big
which
change
is
of water signs.
guess which is which.
I
I mean,
feel like we are both really very representative of our signs too, right? Like if people had to vote on a representative, we'd be up in the running, right?
Scorpio of the year goes to the Love Witch.
That I wear with pride.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Yeah, I'm like more like the mama who really, I mean, Scorpios. I love my Scorps, man. You listen. You're walking down a scary alleyway, you want your Scorpios with you all the time. They defend you.
Absolutely.
It's interesting, like both Scorpios and Cancers will defend their loved ones, but it's like it's a different vibe on how we defend. I'm like, "Stand back. I'm gonna take care of this." You know?
Yeah, and I'm like, grab your
Scorpio
crowbar, let's go.
Scorpio's like, "Yeah." I can't wait to get in there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Ask 24. My heart is with you. It's not an easy thing, but ultimately you move through it and good things can come too. But yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good one. All right, next we have Jessica, then Lions Talk, then Devon. Hey Devon. Oh my gosh, so great to see you. Okay. Jessica, one card on PayPal energies for the week ahead, please. Thank you so much, Jessica. We're so grateful you're here. You're regular. We're really grateful. All these donations really add up and are important. I'm grateful for all of them. Week ahead. Let's see what we've got. Oh, interesting. We've got the death card for the week ahead. That means it means graduation day. So death card showing up is about people get panicky when they see the death card. And I mean, this is actually so beautiful too. It's kind of a beautiful image. But death card, it's the ending of something. But when we think about endings, we can sometimes think like, oh my gosh, it's going to be hard. The death card is neutral. It doesn't say it's going to be hard. It doesn't say it's going to be easy. It doesn't say anything. It's just talking about endings. So let's look at my analogy, which I think is a great analogy for the death card, if I say so myself, which is that endings are openings for new beginnings, number one. And think about it like when you graduated from high school. When you graduated from high school, Love Witch, did you want to go back and be a freshman again
Yeah,
and
I
do it all
love that
over
you use this
again?
example and that you're asking me because I moved out of the house the day after graduation. I had an apartment lined up and ready to go. I was not looking back. Didn't
Yeah,
even wait 24
exactly.
hours.
Exactly. When we graduate from high school, yes, there may be parts of us that will miss our friends or miss the routine or the good times or being, popular one at school. That wasn't me. But I was hanging out with the theater kids and the weirdos. I was just hanging out with the weirdos. Didn't matter. I was glad to be out of high school. But I think we have different emotions and some of those it can be bittersweet, right? We're looking forward to the new beginning, but we're also looking back and saying, "Oh, I'm going to miss this things the way they used to be." Now, if you're dealing with something difficult, like let's say you had a difficult time in high school, then graduation day is the most joyous day. You are out, you never have to go back there, you're done. That is a great day. But if you were the football hero and or the head cheerleader, it can be sad because you're losing something. So there's some things sometimes that we have a loss when we have a graduation, but the whole point of graduation and the whole point of death is that we are graduating, right? Even if we look at death as the real actual death, I mean, it makes sense because when we die, we go to pure positive energy, right? When we go to pure positive energy, we have complete enlightenment. We are with our loved ones. We get to know everything. We get to create our next lifetime. I mean, it's a great step up from what we're dealing with in our day-to-day life. That's not to say you want to rush that, because when you're in that space, yes, we create a new life, but really everything is perfect, and perfect can be a little boring. And that's why spirits come back in new bodies. They want a new experience. They want to feel a sense of creativity. They want to solve problems. That's what creativity is solving a problem. Even if you're looking at like a blank page or a blank canvas, it's solving a problem. What do I put on this canvas, right? So our creativity really is expressed in our physical form. And then when we're in spirit form, we're kind of just like hanging out. So I think that there's this natural tendency to kind of like, if we go to a spa, right? When we leave our day to day life and go get a massage and go to a spa and have a beautiful experience, at first it's like, oh my gosh, this is so restorative. But if you had to live in a spa, like, it'd be a little dull after a while, right? How long do you think you could live in a spa, Love Witch?
A few years, maybe. I don't know.
So we know that when you go to the spirit realm, you're gonna be gone for a while, but then you'll come back, right?
It's really exciting to happen, right?
So so when we go to the spirit realm, it is beautiful, it is amazing, it is all those things, but we also are missing the kind of like the friction that allows us to be creative. And so that nice little bit of friction is what we're looking for, and why we come back and we want to have a new experience and a new adventure, right? Um, Miss My Girl High Priestess, thank you for the positive take. Yeah. So the death card is saying there's something that is being left, but there's an opportunity for something really great, for an acceleration of things. So I think about this week and let's use this energy, right? Let's use this energy as banishing energy. We're in the waning moon right now. It's the perfect time to be doing your banishing work. And that's what the death card is all about, is letting go of something and moving and making space for something new. So try and think about in your visualizations this week, releasing, letting go, making space, and opening up. It can be, I'm getting rid of pain. I'm banishing health, right? I'm banishing negativity. I'm opening up to blessings. I'm banishing poverty, and I'm opening up to abundance, right? So I'm looking at this as an opportunity for you to tap into that waning moon energy and do some real healing, clearing, cleansing, beautiful work on that part, and opening up to your graduation, to your next step, moving out into an apartment, going to college, traveling the world, getting out in the workforce, whatever it is that your dream after graduation. Have that dream in mind and do the work to let go. And bid it. I think one of the things we can do is, like, even things that we're getting rid of, if it's not super hardcore negativity, right? We can wish it goodbye, like give it a little kiss as we wish it goodbye, right? So even the things that have been familiar to you can be let go, to open up the way for new and better things. So that's your work this week. It's big work, but beautiful work, right? So, yeah, banishing work this week. What do you have, Love Witch?
I pulled this card called Surrender. And look how peaceful this woman looks, despite like all the craziness going on around her, right? Like there's storm clouds, there's these crazy waves, but she's so peaceful because she is not swimming upstream, right? She's going with the flow, even when the flow is a little turbulent. The thing about tough times and turbulent feelings is growth isn't always comfortable, right? Like it's usually a little uncomfortable when we start growing. This is true. If we outgrow our clothes, we're going to be uncomfortable. If we outgrow a friendship, if a caterpillar outgrows that cocoon, right, then it requires a little bit of tough but yet beautiful transformation. So I think anything that's a little tough this week, it's purposeful and it's to help get you on to bigger and better. So go with it, right? And anything that is shaken up this week needed to be shaken up. So these are all real blessings. And yeah, it can be a little scary, but the unknown is above all exciting. So get excited and look forward to the things you don't know. And hey, the death card, that's Scorpio energy, right? So channel the love witch, tap into your inner Scorpio and embrace transformation and change, right? Because it's going to happen. So you can work with it or against it, but it's happening either way.
Yeah, I think would be so beautiful is that new Snake of Transformation candle would be such a good candle for this time, right? Think about a snake shedding its skin and how that mystical energy of the snake, snakes are associated with Baba Yaga, snakes are associated with the lower world. That snake is really a powerful symbol of growth and transformation, and it can be as simple as shedding your skin. I don't think a snake feels pain when it sheds its skin any more than you peeling off your skin when you have a sunburn. Do you do that? I think everybody does like peeling, the skin off, right? It doesn't hurt per se, but your skin might feel a little like, ooh, a little awake and aware. But think about that as your goal, like to have that transformation. Firebird is another one, of transformation. So you've got lots of animals to meditate with and beautiful imagery to do. And I think this can be a wonderful week of release and restore. Release and restore could be another one too, an oil that you work with. That's a good one. So thank you so much, Jessica. Okay, next we have Lions Talk, Devon and Tiffany. If you'd like to get a reading, all you have to do is go to Venmo, PayPal, or Super Chat. Make your donation, $10 per card. 100% of the proceeds go to feed seniors in Ukraine. If you want to see, by the way, if you want to see what your donation is doing and who you're helping, you can add Yulia Subotina. She is the one that spearheads the Subotin Harbor, distribution of all the groceries. And you can see the seniors. They take pictures of the seniors with their groceries and you can see them. And it's kind of like when we take pictures of a candle spell, like that your candle spell was done. You can see the groceries that they have received and that your money is going toward that. So it's a really wonderful way. And you see their profound appreciation, and you can get updates on what's going on too as well. In Kyiv, she's in Kyiv, but she also has colleagues in Zaporizhia that are making the donations and distributing the food. So yeah, so it's a wonderful thing. So add her on and you'll see your donation in action. All right, next is Lions Talk, and then Devon and Tiffany, if you'd like to get your reading in, go ahead and make the donation, and then come back here on the chat and let us know where you donated, how much you donated, and what your question is. Lions Talk. For whatever reason, I was drawn to this channel because you were meant to be here. My ex-lover has been contacting me and telling me she loves me, but with her other guy. She's still with her other guy, I guess. Do you know what really is going on? I'm depressed and it's tough lately. Okay, let's take a look and see.
There's a second question. Jessica bought this reading for Lions Talk, so thank you, Jessica. That was really sweet of you. And look, it seems like all kinds of good things are happening.
No Lights channel popped up out of the blue. I've been having people come up to me out of the blue and hug or super kind this last week. I feel like something supernatural is going on. Yeah, your ancestors and your spirit guides are watching out for you. You're getting all of this. Thank you so much, Jessica. That's really sweet. Yeah, you're getting some support from the universe. I always say those little things that when you're feeling very low energy, low vibration, when we have these little things that come up that are like that little glass of water when you're running a marathon that can keep you going, right? The little cup of water. So these little things are there to keep you good up ahead. That's what it's saying. There's something really good up ahead. So you need to keep going. All right, let's take a look. That was really nice of you, Jessica, too. Oh, interesting. So you have the Ace of Pentacles showing up as your card. Ace of Pentacles, and looking at this relationship, this, I think this is honestly because the aces represent somebody new. And while you may be attached to your ex, your ex contacting you and telling you this is something to tell you that there is someone new out there for you. It's not to get back with your ex. Your ex is with someone else, right? And so, but I think that that message that you're getting and this love that you're getting, um, and this kindness that you're receiving is to let you know, keep going forward. There's some little hint in this card, which is this pathway through the archway and out into the field beyond. Usually there's like a little mountain in the distance, but not in this version of the card. So the pathway and the gateway mean graduation day too. They mean this idea that we're going forward, we're passing into a new phase. So with this energy of the Ace of Pentacles, someone new and a relationship that is long lasting. And with this energy of the pathway and having to move beyond and go into your new phase. I think this is what this is leading you to. So I think that your ex's message is true. I mean, that your ex does have feelings and cares for you, but your ex is with someone else. So that's not for you, right? It's not a defined enough energy. And what I see with a Ace of Pentacles is a really solid traditional relationship, traditional in the sense that the two of you are together, right? It's the two of you in that solid relationship. So I look at that and I say, okay, so this is what's ahead for you. You got to walk through that path. So the part that may be, if you're feeling depressed, you may not feel like walking the path, but here we're getting these little sips of kindness along the way to keep you going forward. So here's what I would recommend if you want to do magic and you want to support this with magic. The first thing I would recommend is doing a cleanse to let go of your sadness, to let go of the heartbreak, and to let go of that past relationship. And then do like that. As cleanse can be done so many ways, but if you go to Parlor of Wonders, which is our website, and you look under, just type in cleansing, you'll see things like, you can use an herb bundle or smudge, or you can use a bell, or you can use, I think we have an article about cleansing, don't we? Cleansing magic. We have a
I
class.
think so. We definitely have a class, and we'll definitely have an article soon if we don't yet. So I think there's at least one or two up there.
Yeah. And so we already have a class that's there. A class is Mastering Cleansing Magic, I think. And you can check that out if you want to know more about cleansing magic and how to do it. But taking a bath or a shower with bath crystals that are meant to clear and cleanse and protect, or doing like working with smoke of an herb bundle and wafting that on yourself, or working with incense, ringing a bell around yourself. All these are ways of doing a cleanse. You can also use an oil. One of the easiest things you can do is use a cleansing oil, like energetic purification, or in your case, release and restore would be really good, because it's about letting go and then healing, so that you can heal your heart. So those are things that I would recommend if you feel like doing a ritual to help this along. But what this is saying is to you is keep going, go forward, and you're going to bring in this really solid, long-lasting, beautiful love that's really special. And it's kind of the path that's where the path is taking you. So what do you have, Love Witch?
I pulled this card called Choice. So I think right now, yeah, I think exactly like you said, that message from the ex is to remind you that, like, you are loved. There's even more love on the way. And yeah, just stay focused on that. I like how there's these two paths here. And I mean, this is true when things are difficult, but any time in life, we get to choose throughout our day, right? We have free will. Even if our choices are very limited, we get to make them. So I think focusing on those places where you do have the ability to choose, where you do have control, and just leaning more and more into that each day, however you can. That's the path through this. And yeah, I think there's someone new and very exciting at the other end of this path. And there's like a shorter way to get there and a longer way. The longer way is the uphill one, right? So yeah, don't go uphill. That's no fun. Unless you're a mountain climber, but I don't know. I'm not. That doesn't sound fun to me at all.
Me neither. I think of that. I look at that card and it's so clear to me, really, that it's like you can choose to delay, you can choose to do nothing, or you can choose to embrace this and to go forward and to bring in new love and to, gussy yourself up, get out there a little bit, you know, try to meet new people. And I have a really wonderful article when you're ready for it. It may not be today that you're ready for this, but there's an article with 101 places to meet people, and it's up on the website. If you just type at Parlor of Wonders 101 places, it'll pop up. That article is about 101 places to meet new people, friends, whatever, right? But getting out and getting social in ways that feel in alignment with you. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I met someone last week. Unbelievable. Yeah, there you go. So you're meant to be going forward. You're meant to be going forward and not going back. I mean, you can dawdle, I think you can entertain getting back with your ex or anything else, but this is a new relationship on the horizon. So, yeah.
I remember I was having like a tough period of my life once, and someone gave me what I thought was really cliche advice at the time, which is the only way out is through. And I was like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to go through this. But in truth, I was like delaying a lot of things and kind of allowing myself to remain stuck. And that's why life was so hard at that time. And yeah, going through it and experiencing some discomfort, but just going through it got me through it. So don't I think your guides right now and all these coincidences and these magical and supernatural things that are happening, they're to motivate you and to activate you to like get out there and be making good choices and be pursuing your own best destiny, because you can wait for it to fall into your lap, and it may, but you can guarantee it by really being proactive and not letting anyone slow you down.
Yeah. I love that. What you said, which is, you just said something that I was like, oh, that is brilliant, which is to make that choice for yourself. Choose yourself, right? And choosing yourself can mean choosing something that's difficult to do but necessary, or it can mean choosing yourself by making yourself the priority. And I think that is what's needed right now. So,
Yeah.
yeah, love that. Thank you, Lions Talk. Lions Talk. Is it the Loyola Lions? The Lions was my college mascot.
Oh, wow.
And not that I ever went to any sports games. I think I went to one basketball game or something. I wasn't a sporty gal, but yeah. Um, I know people love their sports. I do like baseball. I do like baseball. I went to see the Cyclones in Brooklyn.
Oh,
They're
really?
Island. Yeah, when Manfred and I were in Coney Island, it was like we were running around Coney Island. And he's like, "Oh, hey, there's a baseball stadium over there. Let's go check it
What's
out. It's
that?
a minor league team." Yeah. And we saw a game, and it was my first minor league game, and I loved it. It was so kooky. It's really kooky, a minor league game. They have all these like contests and funny things. Oh, a Detroit Lions reporter. Oh, okay,
Oh,
okay.
that's so
For the
cool.
NFL. I know nothing about football. Oh my God, I know
I
nothing.
neither, but I used to write copy for NFL Sunday Ticket. I wrote hundreds of websites about NFL. I don't know anything about football.
Oh my gosh. Well, speaking of that, I did parties. I did tarot readings for parties for the
Oh my
NFL. Like they
gosh.
had a party here in LA, and I did parties for NFL. And I'm sure there were famous people coming up. I had no idea, who was who. But when I was doing this party, it was the wildest thing. All the men who are these big football-y looking men, coming up, and I'm sure they were reporters or commentators or things like that. They all looked like they were former football players. They were all asking about relationship. All the women who were gorgeous, beautiful, that kind of newscaster model, beautiful, right? They were all asking about career. It was such a flip for the usual. The women were all asking about career. Where's my career going? Because they were all young and gorgeous. They didn't have to worry about love. And the guys who were a little bit older were, I want a relationship. It was very, very fun. Yeah. And then one time, I'm sorry, I'm going on a tangent here. We're gonna get to your readings, you guys. Then way long ago, when I was doing I was doing a lot of work trying to build my business. This is the very beginning of my business. And I was working with a gratitude journal and I was writing my wishes. And I said, I wish for positive national appearances and publicity. Like that was like my wish, right? And so the NFL channel called me to do this thing with like a crystal ball. Like I think, and it was just like me with a crystal ball, like probably like B-roll between their predictions. So somewhere out there in the ether is young Pamita doing a crystal ball thing in an outfit,
That is amazing.
So for the NFL channel. So funny, so funny.
Well, Lions Talk,
All right,
subscribe
well,
to our
thank you.
channel so
Yeah.
that you'll get these videos in your feed even more often.
Yeah, subscribe to this channel. We do this every Sunday. Yeah, we'd love to see you again. Aw. Devon is next, and then Tiffany. And if you'd like to get a reading, you can do so too. All you have to do is make a donation via PayPal, Venmo, or Super Chat. $10 per card. 100% of the proceeds go to feed seniors in Ukraine. And by the way, you don't have to be limited to one card. You can get as many cards as you want. Make the donation as big as you want, but we're happy to get a one card donation too. They're all valuable, all help, and we're so grateful to you guys doing this. So, any size donations of any size are welcome. All right, Devon, you are next. I know what Devon wants. Let me see. I'm not looking. I want the usual.
She doesn't even have to say
She
it
didn't
anymore,
even say
right?
it. Have to say it anymore. Feeding a full granny. Look at your cute little hat. Oh my gosh, your cute little party. I love that. Thank you, Fawn. We missed you. I think 2 weeks ago? Last week? When was we were here? Last week, right? Yeah, we miss you.
Yeah, it was last week.
Last week, yeah. All right, let's see what the week ahead for Devon is. That's her usual. Ooh, I love it. I love it. Aha, interesting and cool. Oh, this is really cool. Okay. This is a really powerful week for you. A really powerful week for you. We have, the first card that came up is the Magician, which is empowerment. It's the epitome of empowerment. This would be a great week, by the way, when Magician card shows up for you to do some spell work. What is it that you'd like to manifest? This is about manifestation. And we do have a new candle, Manifest Like a Boss. I'm just throwing that out there for manifesting what it is that you want. But there's all kinds of magic. It doesn't have to be candle magic. It can be affirmations. It can be doing other kinds of spells, working. But put some energy and intention on the things that you would like to bring in, the things that you would like to manifest this week. This would be a lovely, lovely thing to do. This is also about empowerment. So if you've been feeling a little bit like you are disempowered or you're not being respected by other people, this is really a flip this week. We see much more respect being paid to you and much more empowerment and confidence coming through you. So I'd like to see you kind of working with that energy this week. It would be lovely to sort of put that intention out there. If speaking of the gratitude journal, like working with a gratitude journal is a great way to start that process or restart that process if you haven't been doing it. And we're exiting Mercury retrograde. So this is also a great time to start moving things forward again. Like if there are things that you've been putting off or been hard to work with over the past 6 weeks, now is the time to get going on those things again and push things forward. Now, remember, I think it was the last time we did a reading am I remembering correctly that we had pages helping you? And now I'm seeing a page and a king helping you. So there's some people around you that are really going to prove to be helpful. Is that your phone that's beeping
Yeah,
and
I'm
booping?
directing cat feeding instructions. Sorry.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I was like, "Is it something on my computer?" It's totally fine. I just wanted to make sure it was something am I doing something wrong or
Yeah, you're not
something?
feeding the cats. You need to get out there.
I know, gosh. So King of Swords and Page of Swords show up, and I really think of these as like assistants. This is air sign energy, so it's people who totally get you. You're an air sign, and so it's great communication. I think there's this synergy of people around you. So Page of Swords energy represents people who are up and coming, and King energy represents people who are established. So I see this like a nice synergy of people around you that are communicating, wanting to help, reaching out to you. And I think who these helpers are. And it may be time to reconnect with them, or they may just pop up in your sphere during this week. And then lastly, we have Temperance card energy. Temperance card energy. Oh no, sorry, Devil card
Those are
energy.
quite different.
Very
Yeah,
different. See, I don't know this very well. And then I looked at the number and like, oh, this is the devil.
I
This
can
is
see
not.
why your
This
mind
is
went to
not temperance.
temperance with that, fiery temperance.
Yeah.
But
Until I saw
yeah,
the horns on her hat. And then I was like, that looks like temperance. No, it's the devil. I'm like, why is it so red though? Now I know why. So devil card energy. So this is about you. This is about power. And if I look at this, the magician card and the devil card are about you taking back your power, right? The devil card represents power struggles, but with that magician card, it's like now no more power struggle, right? So it's for time for you to take back power for these people. And it doesn't mean dominating someone. It means recalibration. In fact, what's interesting, there's a little subtle message in this version of the card, which is that she has those people on either hand, but they're balanced, right? Different than our regular devil that has, one hand up and one hand down with the torch. So we're looking at recalibrating and rebalancing power this week. So, and with those swords energy, here's what I'm going to say. What that means is having good boundaries, right? Having good boundaries with people, communicating those boundaries to others. It doesn't have to be a struggle. It doesn't have to even be conflict, but saying, let's say, for example, I'm just thinking of like a work environment thing where you have to say to someone, it's fine that you make this request, but you need to make this request before 3 p.m. or I can't do it because you're not going to stay late and do their work for them or whatever it is that they're wanting. So if you want me to do this on the same day, it has to come in before 3 p.m. So it's just stating facts. It's very neutral. It's very balanced. And I think that's the power of this week is setting boundaries, like really saying, this is the way we do it, right? This is the way it needs to be done if you want this result. So neutral, which is swords energy, very neutral, no no hot emotions or sad emotions but just like establishing something. So I think this is a fantastic week for you to set boundaries. Fantastic week for you to set boundaries. Also, let's do a little magic on boundary setting as well. Let's manifest that our communication is heard and it's heard in the proper way so that the effect is what you want. I also think about, there's an element of like ask for what it is that you need, which is also around swords, right? Expressing to people what it is that you need. I know I've brought it up more than once, and I think I've even brought it up for you, Devon, which is that book, The Aladdin Factor, which is about asking for what the universe, for what you want. So you might want to check it out. But yeah. What do you have, Love Witch?
I pulled love, and so I know we get love cards for you all the time, Devon. There's an element of this one that I really like. This heart is like popping out of her hand like a surprise. So sometimes love can be a little scary or a little surprising, but be on the lookout for it. I want to give you a challenge, which is to pick a number and then spread that much love each day. This can be little things like telling someone, "Oh, I love your nail color," or "I love your attitude today." I love that we're getting out of here before 3 o'clock today. Proclaiming love several times a day, I think, is a really powerful thing to do. It doesn't have to be telling a romantic partner that you're in love with them. There's so much more to love than that. So I think spread some love around this week. And I bet you're already really good at this, but spread a little more. There's never too much, and it's going to come back to you. And don't be afraid to accept that love as well, even if it's a little scary.
Yeah, I love that. So good. Yeah. I mean, I think and that goes back to that self-love as well, right?
Mhm. Yeah,
Which
I
is
love
good
myself.
boundaries.
I love my outfit, right? Yeah, those are great ways of spreading some love right where you might need it most, at home.
Yeah. I mean, I have this caftan, which is just cotton, but this morning I put it on and I go, "This is my favorite one." I love the colors. And like to give that just that little boost to yourself of saying like, "This is comfortable and I love the colors and I love the pattern of it," to give yourself that treat for yourself to tell yourself, "I look good in this," right? It's a nice thing to say. And I'm gonna treat myself by wearing my favorite, most comfy outfit or whatever it is, or the outfit I look, most dazzling in or whatever. I think this is such a lovely thing. So great thing to do. Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right. Thank you, Devon. You are the best. We love you. All right. Tiffany is next. And if you'd like to get a reading, now's the time. Tiffany is last on our list.
This is
And
not Tiffany's question, but look how incredible this is.
Tiffany says release and restore oil is amazing oil. We use it in our treatments for my horse daily when he had cancer. Now he's cancer free. Tiffany, did you
So
leave that review on the
yes, this is
website?
that review. You could win
I mean,
$100.
exactly. I mean, we can't make any claims of like, healing, of course, but your intentions are being supported with that oil and your intentions of course were to have your horse be cancer free. And so this is a conduit for keeping that energy going. So you get as much or more credit than the release and restore oil, but that release and restore oil kept the energy going. It is about letting go of the cancer, letting go of the negativity, letting go of what no longer serves you, and healing. And what do you know? So beautiful. Love that, Tiffany. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that because I remember
Oh, me
when your
too.
horse was sick, and I remember we had readings about it, and we said, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. So, yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad to hear that it's gotten better, that act, that the thing that we saw has happened, that not that I didn't think it would happen. I knew it was going to happen, but it was a matter of when. And to know that we finally reached the goal, that is beautiful. And that's so beautiful. Tiffany, what great news. Thank you for sharing that news with us. I mean, I'm more excited about hearing that your beautiful horse is okay.
Too.
The love of your life is okay. And that makes me happy. So, all right. So focus on the week ahead, personal life energy, and business vibes. All right. Let's see. Thank you so much. If you'd like to get a reading, if you get in, now's the time to do it. Get into to PayPal, Venmo, or Super Chat. And if you are doing that right now and you don't want us to end, just let us know that you're doing it so we won't log off before you get your chance to let us know that you made that donation. Oh, I love it. Okay, here's something. I mean, I think this is a great week for you. It really has good energy. First thing I see is the Ace of Wands showing up. So, Ace of Wands represents passion, enthusiasm, new beginnings. And I want to relate it actually to this second card. The second card is Two of Swords, and Two of Swords has to do with making a decision. Now, when Two of Swords shows up, it is about making the decision logically. What my sense is with these two cards showing up is that you do have a decision to make, maybe in your personal life, maybe in your business, you have a decision to make. But one of the paths is the old way that you've always done it, and one of the paths is a new way. And this is pointing in that direction and giving you the advice of go in the new direction. The new direction is exciting. It's full of vibrancy. It's full of energy. It's full of creativity. It's got all that fire energy. So I think it's maybe sometimes, like fire, it can be a little scary, right? Do I leave the familiar and go into the new? But this is really about that decision making process. So, yes, you're choosing logically, but one of those paths is fresh, it's new, it's full of high energy, it's full of enthusiasm, it's full of passion, but it might be just a little scary to leave the familiar and to go on that new path. But that's what the cards are saying is going to be opening for you. So you don't have to do the new path right away. You can, I mean, although I have to say, Ace of Wands is pretty forceful and jumping into things. But, it's like if you need a moment to like think about it, then look at it logically. That can always help. So what I say is when we have this card show up, make a pros and cons list for each option. As you look at the old option, what are the pros of sticking with what's familiar and old, and what are the cons of doing that? And as you look at the new path, what are the pros and what are the cons? That can help you to get over the hump of jumping into something that may be new and unknown, right? But I love that energy. It's a great week for you to look at it, examine it rationally with no emotion, look at it super clearly, super logically, see it very clearly, and then follow your heart, follow the passion, go with the thing that you really are, what is pulling you. The new thing that is pulling you is great. So, and what do you have for
I
Tiffany?
pulled work, so I think it's time to jump in and do the work. But I love this imagery because look at how this person's using this like loom, I guess is what that is, right? And it's really
Yeah.
engaging their entire body in this act of creation, right? Their hands are guiding the threads, their feet are operating the machine, their eyes are making sure everything is under control. So really allowing yourself to be all in this week and really doing the work. And I think especially in as business owners or as creative people, we can spend a lot of time doing like the internal work of visioning things and figuring things out, but now's when you got to take the action. So it's a great week to just get to it. Beautiful things will come from it, and it will be labor that is fruitful. So yeah, get to work in a really fun.
I love that. Get to work. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Tiffany. Oh, Devon has another one. Devon has another one, and then Seasick Music, and then Helen. Great. If you'd like to get your reading, we got a little time. You can still get your reading in. Um, Amazing. Haha. I'm on a new and exciting way of doing things in my biz. I love a pros and cons list. Yeah. I mean, if you're on that already and you're really, but if it's just that little hesitation that you might be feeling, then look at the pros and cons list. That'll really help you make that decision and feel confident in the decision.
So cool.
My whole body immersion for my yoga biz. I love that. Yeah. It's so good, right? It's like, look at I mean, that could be such a good, a direct symbol, the bones being
Mhm.
aligned, right? And think about your, physical alignment, your yoga and your spiritual alignment. It's so good, right? Such a good card. Love that. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So Devon's feeding another granny. Oh. Okay. So what we talked about is our plan. Is that what you're asking about, Devon? You need to give me um, a little more. Oh, I remember. I remember now. Never mind. I remember. It's a little, can I say it's a little romance? It's a little romance thing that's going on. Yes. Okay. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I remember. Sorry, Devon. Now I remember. No need to type it out. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at that. Okay. I mean, if I looked even at the last reading, you could do a little magic around it, for sure. Okay. A little romance, a little romance. Love that. Oh my gosh. Lover's card showing up.
Oh
Two
my
of Cups
gosh.
showing up.
Oh my
Nine of Cups showing
gosh.
up. I love it. Oh my gosh. So good. Okay. First card is the Lover's card. I mean, that tells you it's a go, it's a green light. Definitely, we always see these lovers cards showing up for you. This is really confirming that, this beautiful energy of the lovers. I love this lovers energy too. It's like there's something more to this that's like the hearts are connected. That's really emphasized with this Two of Cups as well. Hearts are connected, sharing the heart with someone and opening up to someone and opening up to that wonderful, loving relationship, it's sweet. It's got like its spice, but it's also got a real sweet energy to it as well. Um, if I look at the, that Two of Cups represents communication, hearts being open, and the focus being on each other. That's, look at these two as they are really focused on one another, right? Communication and that caduceus right above. After love, which pulled love, I was like, okay, let's check in a little deeper. Oh my gosh. Okay, so then Nine of Cups shows up, which is like total fulfillment. This is amazing, right? So the total fulfillment of this, the heart is totally full. It's a generous card about sharing this fullness of love with someone else. And we have the Knight of Swords showing up, which is somebody who gets you and somebody who's going to move fast as well. So this isn't going to be a slow burn. This is going to be moving fast, but it's like decisiveness with the Knight of Swords. Somebody who's decisive, someone who's going in, knows what they want. So I love this energy. We also think of the Knight cards as being like the knight in shining armor. This guy is in shining armor, right? So I think of this wonderful, and I mean, it's like all good. It is all good with this. You need this experience. You need to have this. And there's something more than just a fling about this. Absolutely more than a fling. So, yeah, right? Lover's card, Two of
Those are
Cups.
all the
Come
cards I
on.
would want
And
if
then
I was doing a relationship reading, right? Like all the hits.
exactly. Exactly. It's so sweet.
um,
I think this is going to be a little more long lasting than you're maybe thinking about, and rather than just a super fast fling, that this will be something that is meaningful. So I love that. Love that, Devon. So good. So yeah. Oh my gosh, you want to pull a
yeah,
card for
I got
Devon?
embrace. So I think lean into this. I think if you feel tepid about this, the other person is going to return tepid energy. But if you're excited and lean in, then you're going to get the same in return. I love that there's flowers here because it's the same with plants, right? If we give them a lot of attention, they're going to grow beautifully. And if we forget about them, yeah, not gonna happen. So this is gonna require
Yeah.
you to take some steps, right, to let your interests be known. But I don't think in like a forceful way or in any sort of intimidating way, but in a really gentle, easy, fun, exciting way. So yes, lean in.
Yeah. Embrace it.
Mm.
Embrace it, right? Exactly. That's so good. Yeah. Yeah. Wonderful, Devon. Yep. It's great to see. All right, seasick music, and then Helen. What guidance do you have about my connection with Jay? All right, let's take a look.
A reconnection with Jay.
Oh, sorry, reconnection with Jay.
Mhm.
Oh. How many times have I pulled this card tonight? Ace of Wands shows up. So hot, sexy passion, definitely physical chemistry off the charts. It's interesting because we're in a retrograde right now, and retrograde is a great time that if you need to resolve something with someone from the past, it's a great time to do that. Um, it's interesting too because we have Ace of Wands, and Ace usually represents something new, but you're asking about a reconnection. So, number one, I think it's going to feel fresh and new. I think that you're coming back as different people. Now, with Ace of Wands, I would say the connection will be primarily physical and sensual and sexual. That's where it's really going to center around. Like a fire, it could blaze really brightly and then burn out. There could be that, but it definitely will blaze brightly. Then you got to, do the work to check and see as you're in this, is this something that is lasting, or is this something that's just this really passionate moment? So there's definitely chemistry and there's definitely attraction between the two of you, but it's going to feel new. So if you want to rekindle that, this is the perfect time. And actually the next 2 days are the perfect time to rekindle that, right while we're in Mercury retrograde. So if you are you communicating with this person? If you're communicating with this person, You might want to step it up to a meeting. If you have not had contact with this person, I would reach out to them, right? This is the time to do that. Don't wait too long, because you've got only a couple days in a retrograde, and a retrograde is great for rekindling something. Anything with rekindle, reignite, revisit, revise, renew, all of those things, and getting to that. So, yeah.
I pulled abundance, and I love how like unburdened everyone looks in this card, right? I really do think this is a potential for a fresh start and for something that has a really new feeling to it. So my advice to you is pursue this, but do your best to not bring anything into it with you from the past, right? That's the quickest way to slow it down or to stop it, is to go back to the conversations that broke things up to begin with, or that caused a rift. So I would say keep things light, keep things focused on really positive conversations, and if there's still stuff to unpack, or conversations that need to be had, save them for later. Like, enjoy this moment, and like get back on a good page first, and then you can do that hard stuff some other time.
Yeah, or I can say, like, it isn't, when you're rekindling something, you're right, it's 100% not good, but at some point, come to, if there is something that needs to be discussed or something, then the time will
Yeah.
make itself known when that is appropriate. But ride that wave of passion. This is very passionate, very magnetic, very high chemistry between the two of you. So that's what you're working with. Now you can channel that energy too into magic
Mhm.
as well. Channel that wonderful fire chemistry. Yes. Yeah. So sweet. Yeah. So step it up, I think, in the next couple days, so you can get things moving in the right direction. Thank you so much, Seasick Music. Helen is last one on our list. If you'd like to get your reading in, now is your opportunity. Last call. Leave your donation. Make your donation on Venmo, PayPal, or Super Chat, and then come back here and go into the comments and let us know where you donated, how much you donated, and what your question is. Late to the party, but you made it here, Helen. A 2-card reading for the following week, like Tiffany: personal, life, energy, and financial vibes. Okay, let's take a look and see. Oh, financial vibes all over these 2 cards. We've got 2 Pentacles cards. So I'm seeing this week as being really, really, really good for partnering with other people. The 3 of Pentacles is about working with a wonderful team, building something that is strong, long lasting, beautiful, and financially abundant. So this can be the people that you work with. This can be you and your partner making financial goals. It can be, it can be, sometimes Pentacles can be, to me, a little boring, right? In the sense of, like, well, maybe it's making a budget with your partner so that you can budget for something later on, right? It really is this card about, like, opening up cooperative relationships and working together as a team with partners or a partner. So it can be your romantic partner for sure, but it could also be your friends. It could also be your workmates. It can be a team at work that you're working with, but you're working very cooperatively. Each person has their role. You're all working together like a well-oiled machine to achieve the goal. Now, if you are thinking in terms of getting, like, reaching like a goal orientation, that is definitely 3 of Pentacles energy, but it can also be a good time for you to, like, maybe ask for some increase in pay. Now, because of the slowness of Pentacles, you might not get that increase in pay or that promotion or that thing that you're asking for right away, but it will come with time. The reason I say that is because we have 7 of Pentacles. So it could be a good time to say to your boss, um, I'd like to, move up into a higher level role, for example. And the 7 of Pentacles will be that training process, or the things that you need to do to get to that goal, to get to that role, or to get to that raise. So it isn't an immediate result, but more of a road and a path that you're going on. So 7 of Pentacles shows a gardener who's got this wonderful lush bush behind him, and he's got these gold discs that he's picking off. So it's like the bounty, reaping the rewards of something. But think about what the process is. This summer, I'm growing tomatoes. So I started them as little seeds, and I grew them in the house, and I planted them outside, and I put cages around. It's been a long process that started back in like April, and only now am I getting tomatoes, right? But I'm getting cute tomatoes. They're very tasty. They're wonderful. But it is a process to get there, right? So I feel like that setting the tone for something now, or setting the intention, or even outright asking for something now, will get you to that goal of getting the rewards that you're wanting. So this is a great week in terms of financial vibes, but the financial vibes are like, oh, we're setting ourselves up for financial benefits in the future. It all feels very much like setting yourself up for stuff in the future with both those cards showing up. So again, it could be on one end, it could be budgeting or planning for some purchase with your partner. It could also be, planning some kind of success in career or something like that. But it's like these are longer term goals. So that may take months. When I say long term, I mean months. I don't mean years. So yeah, as long as it takes to grow a tomato from a seed.
Better be a big tomato if it's years. I pulled this card called Explore. So I think this week is great for exploration, going places you haven't been before, or looking at places you have been with new eyes and new perspectives. I think this can be a really good way of breaking up the mundane, or like if you are dealing with a lot of stuff that's a little boring this week, find some fun things to do in between as like a reward for your hard work. This doesn't have to be like going on a vacation or doing something that requires a lot of planning. This could be like walking to a different part of the park than you normally explore, or something like that. So yeah, I think lean into exploration this week, lean into things that feel exciting and fresh, and be thinking a few steps ahead, right? Like when we're exploring, we don't just go in blind, right? We keep track of where we're going. We think about where we want to go next so that we don't just get lost in the woods. So be mindful about it, but try some new things.
Yeah. Could be even driving a different route to
Yeah.
work, right? Just shaking it up a little bit, right? That can be a good thing. And you see things, like when you drive a new path to work, you're like, oh, I never knew that store was there. Ah, that's interesting, right? So I think there can be lovely things that happen when we are willing to just, try something a little bit new. It doesn't have to be, like you said, a spelunking in a cave or
Yeah, I
anything
remember
like
when I
that.
used to drive to work, I like discovered a new way to get there, and I would always see deer on that road. But I was thoughtful, right? So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to take this road when I'm running late because I don't want to slow down for the deer.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that is a good thought too, as well. Paying attention to what it is around you, and yeah, that's so good. All right, everybody. Let's see. What did we do today? Speaking of financial vibes, what did we raise today? We have 90, 110, 150, 180 we raised today. Thank you so much, you guys. See, every little drop in the bucket, and there were big drops and medium-sized drops and little drops. They all work toward that goal. We made $180. That means that our 4.5 seniors that are going to get fed this week because of you guys. You're making a miracle, 4.5 miracles, right? I'll be throwing in some extra, so not to worry. We'll do more than 4.5. But I want to thank you guys for your lovely donations and for being here and hanging out. Now, speaking of food, I'm going to get some dinner. I'm starving and my stomach is growling. I don't know if you can hear my stomach growling, but my stomach is growling. Any announcements about, let me give a couple of announcements before we go, because there are a couple things that are happening at the Parlor of Wonders, and I want to make sure you don't miss anything. So we'll do just a couple minutes of announcements. So let me get those up. I didn't even think to do those. But let's get that going. Okay. So if you have questions about magic, can
Yeah,
you
it's
see
there.
that? Is it up? Okay. If you have questions about magic and like you want to have a recommendation about a spell, or you're not sure how something works, or like we had today, something you saw on the internet and you want to know if it's real, come to the free live magic Q&A tea party. It takes place every Sunday except for the first Sundays, but it will not be happening next Sunday. Next Sunday, I'm going to be at an event, so I will not be able to be here, but I'll see you in 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks from now, you can join us at 5 p.m. Pacific, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. You can either watch the stream if you just want to watch on YouTube. We always live stream it on YouTube. But if you want to ask a question, you need to be in the Zoom room. And to be in the Zoom room, you need to sign up for the Spell Squad. And it is absolutely free. It doesn't cost anything to join. All you have to do is go to spellsquad.com or go to this QR code and then sign up, and then you'll get a link to join me. The link is the same every week. Love to see you over there. It's a lot of fun. And we do a giveaway, which I'm going to tell you about in a second. What we're doing right now is Tarot for Kindness. We help feed seniors in Ukraine who are suffering in the full-scale invasion. Our partners at Sabotan Harbor buy 2 weeks worth of groceries for these seniors for about $40, and they do it for over 300 seniors each and every month. My partners and I, usually the Love Witch, sometimes it's Miss Kelly, sometimes it might be James Devine coming in here doing palmistry. We do readings live for $10 per card on YouTube on Sundays after the Q&A or workshop around 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, 9 Eastern. All you have to do is go to youtube.com/Madam Pammy to subscribe and hit the notifications bell, and you'll get notified when we go live. Now, at the Q&A, the Live Magic Q&A, we are giving away books. Today, we give away the Good Cat Spell Book. These books are amazing books that we sell at the Parlor of Wonder, and we give away free copies courtesy of our favorite witchy publishers. So if you would like to get a free book, all you have to do is show up at the Live Magic Q&A tea party. We'll put your name on the wheel. We'll spin the wheel. You don't have to make a purchase to win, but you must be in attendance. And if you've placed an order over the weekend, we will add your book to your order and cover the shipping. If you haven't placed an order, you'll be given a coupon for the book and you just pay for the shipping. I wanted to let everyone know that the Tarot Academy is coming. My beginning tarot workshop series is starting soon. Are you ready to go on a 5-week journey with me to understand the tarot from the very beginning, or see the tarot in new and clear ways to make yourself a very confident tarot reader? We'll have an amazing adventure together as we explore the fundamentals of tarot, and you'll start tapping into your intuition and practicing with other students from day one. And we'll have so much fun along the way. It all starts on September 14th. It takes place on Sundays at 12 p.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Mountain, 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern. And you can register by going to witchcraftworkshops.com. We have been planning our full moon workshops for 2026, and we're doing a shamanic witchcraft workshop series. I'll be doing a shamanic witchcraft workshop series. It's 13 full moon classes, and the first one is Introduction to Shamanic Witchcraft, and it starts on January 3rd, 2026. So I hope you'll join me for that. We also have been planning our new moon spell candles for 2026, and each month we will feature a different Slavic deity candle spell kit. There'll be deities that we work with for love, for abundance, for protection, for healing, for new beginnings, for success, all kinds of things. You will be doing the new moon spell kit as usual. It comes with everything that you need, including the candle and all the support candles, the herbs, the oils, the glitter, the petition paper, everything you need to do a deluxe spell. But we have a new feature in our new moon spell kit and workshop. It's going to feature a mini workshop on the deity as well as casting your candle spell. Then we'll be doing new moon spell service, which is when I light the candle for you on my altar. That will be going on as well, continuing on. The first candle is the Dolia Good Destiny candle spell. Do you want to change your fate, to have good luck, to have things go your way? This is the candle spell to do it. Dolia is the goddess of good destiny, and so we'll be working with her, and this spell kit will be going on sale December 7th. Speaking of spell kits, our Virgo New Moon Pomegranate of Passion spell is perfect for self-confidence, calling your best, most empowered self, for bringing passion into your life, for inviting in love, or in loving your life, overcoming apathy, attracting positive energy, and encouraging passionate pursuits. The beeswax pomegranate spell is only available as part of this new moon spell kit. So you need to get it, and you need to get it soon because it is only available until tomorrow night. You can get the new moon spell kit, the new moon spell kit and workshop, or the new moon group spell service, and it closes tomorrow, August 11th at midnight. Our new moon is coming August 22nd. It is our first of 2 Virgo new moons, and it will be coming up in a few weeks. So hope you'll join us for that as well. Find out more by going to newmoonspells.com. Our full moon workshops, we already had this one on August 8th, Mastering Curse Reversals, and we have September 10th, Animal Psychic Communication. October is Mastering Success Magic. November is Animal Familiar Spells, and December is Dark Magic of Winter. You can subscribe month to month and save 25%. You can subscribe an annual subscription and save over 35%. Just go to fullmoonworkshops.com. Our Slavic Sundays workshops in 2025. September 14th is Vyshivanka, Slavic Talismanic Embroidery. October is the Old Slavic Spirits. November is the Myth and Magic of Baba Yaga. And December is Živý Vohon, which is Slavic Living Fire Magic. You can subscribe and save 25% or do an annual subscription and save over 35%. You can go to witchcraftworkshops.com to sign up for the classes a la carte or subscribe. Our Slavic Sundays workshops will continue in 2026 with the magic of Slavic holidays and life events. In January, we'll be doing Stratenia, the meeting of winter and spring. February, we'll be doing Slavic holidays of Butter Week, and March, Slavic spring holiday cycle, and April, Slavic birth and pregnancy magic. These will all be up on the website soon, but we just wanted to give you a sneak peek. We have new beeswax spell candles at the Parlor of Wonder. We're dropping 2 new candles a week. And if you aren't a subscriber to the email list, you're missing out on all these drops and discount coupons. So Magic Fish Wishing spell candle is new. The Manifest Like a Boss candle spell candle, the Brilliant Brain spell candle, great for if you're doing anything intellectual, like going back to school, or you have kids that are going back to school and you want them to pack those brains full of knowledge. We have the Snake of Transformation spell candle, which is about shedding the old and bringing in the new, healing, growing, and so forth. Our Spirit of Resilience spell candle, which is this angel over here, is about weathering the storm and getting through, not only surviving but thriving. And the Sacred Symbol tea lights, we have these beautiful tea lights in glass, reusable glass containers. We sell the tea lights with the glass containers, or individually you can buy refills for them. We have the Sacred Symbols tea lights that you see here. We also have the elemental tea lights for the air, fire, water, earth, spirit, and the void. Go to parlorofwonders.com and you can click on new arrivals, view all, and see them all. Don't forget to write reviews, Tiffany. Write reviews on the Parlor of Wonders website and you'll get into our monthly giveaway. For every written review, you'll automatically be entered into our monthly giveaway for a $100 Parlor of Wonders gift certificate. You can leave as many reviews as you want, and each one will give you an additional entry into that month's giveaway. We randomly pick a winner each month and send them a gift certificate. And our July winner was Sam K. Congratulations, Sam. August winner could be you. Leave those reviews and you will be entered to win. You don't have to do anything else. If you want to find out more or just review this, go to magicgiveaway.com. And there you have it. There is all the news that's put to print at the Parlor of Wonders. Do you have any announcements before we go?
No, I can't.
Anything coming up? Okay. All right. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here. You can always get a custom spell kit designed by the Love Witch, readings from the Love Witch, Friday Love Spell Service, Group Love Spell Service, Love Witch. You got lots of things going on. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you in 2 weeks. We won't be here next week, but we'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you again for your donations. And